All right, let's talk about MIG welding. It's relatively easy to get into. You don't need a whole lot to get started. And compared to other processes, it's pretty easy to get good at. Something no one talks about though is the little accessories that make productivity and MIG welding a whole lot easier. Here's my picks for must-have items for your MIG welding setup. All right, number one, by far the most important, MIG welding pliers. These have a bunch of different functions. You can cut wire to the perfect stick out every time with the blades on the inside. Easy enough, you stick your nozzle flush to the pliers and snip. This will give you about a 1/4 inch stick out, which is a great starting point when you're MIG welding. They also have squared off tips, so you can remove excess spatter from your welding nozzle. Again, something you're gonna have to do a lot of when you're MIG welding. And lastly, there's 2 round areas on the inside. The larger one at the bottom is actually used for removing the nozzle from the welding gun. When you're welding for a while and that nozzle gets hot, this can be really helpful. The second small circle is actually used for removing or installing the actual welding tip. These need to be snugged up when installed, so this is the best way to remove these without walking all the way over your toolbox. I guess I should probably mention that they're pliers too. Perfect for moving hot metal, pulling through wire on a machine, whatever else you would use pliers for. All right, so my second favorite thing I think every MIG welder should have is the MIG torch holder. I know, it might sound a little silly, but how many times are you welding on the table and in between welds, it falls onto the floor? Well, not anymore. Stick this thing to any metal work surface and boom, torch isn't going anywhere. Simple? Yeah, absolutely. Effective? Definitely. The next thing, and one of the most important things that I think will save you from throwing your workpiece across the shop, is actually these welder copper backers. They basically help you from burning through on sheet metal. Grab one of these, put it behind your workpiece and weld. And because they're copper, your welds won't stick and you'll easily be able to fill a gap and then pull the copper away from the workpiece. Again, simple ideas, but these will really help you stop chasing burn through on a piece of sheet metal. They have saved us more times than I can count and I wouldn't live without them. And the very last thing that applies to both TIG and MIG welding is welding magnets. These are the traditional styles, the triangle magnets, which are great for holding at angles or holding larger pieces. But we also have these little guys, the stitch weld magnets. They're smaller, but don't let their size fool you. They are strong. I love using these things on sheet metal projects because of their size and strength. You can actually hold a piece together without a big obstacle in your way. So there you have it. My top picks for items that every MIG welder should have in their box. Don't forget, we have a bunch of videos on MIG welding, so subscribe to our channel and check them out. Thank you guys for watching. Keep wrenching. We'll see you next time.